And I think we're live everywhere. Welcome, welcome. Let me move this camera. I keep getting it further and further away from my base camera. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Today is Card Making Wednesday, and we're going to be playing with some awesome cards from Prickley Pear Stamps. Sorry about the crunching in the background. That's my dog having a chewy, so it doesn't bother me. So we're going to make a fun fold card, a square fun fold card. Those on Instagram, be a little sneaky peek right now. So welcome to the show. All right, so I'm going to pan my camera. I'm just going to hold it up for everybody. So this is a really cute, it's a square card, and all you need is one fold to make the fun fold card. Look how easy this is. All you have to do is go up and then bam, there it is. Super, super simple. So let's flip the cameras around. I'm going to angle this one down so you guys can see a little bit better. And let's go ahead and flip this camera down so you guys can see what we're working with. And let me get this guy a little bit more of an angle as much as possible. I'm working on trying to get it as easy for everybody to see as possible, and I can still see comments. Okay, so this card is super simple. We're playing with, and I'm sorry I got all inky earlier as I was prepping all the cards. The base of this card is so easy. And basically what we're working with is we have an 8 by 4, so 8 by 4, and we're going to fold this in half. Just like we would any card. I made a little bit of a boo-boo on the back of this card, so pay no attention to what's behind this is how I do a fake out. And I think I'm actually going to put that on the back side of my card so we really don't see it. All right, so that is the base of our card right there. It is folded in half. Then what we're going to do is we're going to open up our card, and as you can tell, if you look where the fold is, the fold happens right here, right? So we're going to take this corner, let me fold this back up again, this corner, and we're going to fold it up to the top. Okay, so the bottom corner, the outside bottom corner, and fold it into the middle, right? So take the bottom corner and fold up to the middle. You know you're folding correctly when you see all the sides of the triangle. Basically, you're creating a triangle. Okay, so just kind of get your good judgment of where that is, and then just put yourself a fold. If you want to get out your bone folder and really get a good fold in there, you're more than welcome to, but it's not required, not at all. So that's the base of this card. So when the card is laying flat, it does this. And then when it pops open like this, and you create like this little peak, this little triangle, which is really cool. It's really fun. And hi, everybody on Instagram. We got CW Crafts, we got Maggie Makes, and I got Catherine over on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. We got lots of other people. Say hi, say hi, say hello. All right, now I got my head cut off because I'm trying to give you guys as much on the screen as possible for Instagram. So you guys, and I'll come back. I know like my head's all chopped off. All right. And Prickley Pear Stamps is in the house too. So that's the base of the card. We're going to be playing around with this. The first card we're going to do is with this super adorable stamp set from Prickley Pear Stamps. Just take a look at this super cute stamp set. I love this. It's got these rainbows. This one is actually called Rainbow Dreams. It is so adorable. You've got a full rainbow. You've got a half rainbow. You even have some sentiments that can fit along the edge of the rainbow, which is just really cute. And we have lots of extra clouds and a couple of different sentiments. So in this card that I did, I used the sentiment Dream in Full Color. Instagram, you guys want to see? So Dream in Full Color. And that's what it props up on when it's sitting there. So I'm actually going to angle this towards Instagram so they can see it as well. So it says Dream in Full Color. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this up and we're going to start attaching our elements. Now, when I stamped, I took the large stamp here, the one, and I just went a little bit off the corner, and then I did that angle. The dreams don't have zip codes. I love that. I love the dreams don't have zip codes. Okay, this is really bothering me that my head is all chopped off, so that's just not going to happen. Okay, now I feel a little better. Look funny just having my whole head chopped off. All right, so we're going to do the dream and zip codes. Now, I'm going to go ahead and color this. And there are some Prickley Pear Stamps, just as a heads up. Prickley Pear Stamps has Olo markers. They are in low quantity and they are super hard to find. So if you've been looking for some Olo markers, you can head to Prickley Pear Stamps because they still have supplies are limited, but I know they've been like a super hot commodity and they're starting to kind of get rolled back in because they've just been behind on supply because everybody's wanting them. But they do have a fun release for April of their April color of the month. And I had to show everybody. So our April colors of the month are Dusty Rose, Fig, and Clam. It's kind of pretty. I love that. So that was the inspiration behind this card, was using those 3 colors in the rainbow. And that's the only 3 colors I use. So we're going to color it with those 3 colors right now. So if you've not heard anything about Olo markers before, let's go ahead and color this up. Let me flip the camera around. They have 2 different barrels. So on one side of the barrel, you have, it splits apart and you have two different amounts that you can fill in with ink. So if this side gets empty, you can just refill and get a new version of that. They have the chisel tip and they also have the brush tip. The brush tip is on the black side. The chisel tip is on the gray side. These markers that I have, both colors are same on either end. They're not different, but the markers that are from Prickly Pear are different colors on either end. So you actually get double the amount of colors than if you would just get like a singular marker. So I went in and I'm going to take that clam color, just as something different on our little card right here. And I'm going to use my brush tip and I'm just going to brush in on that cloud to give it a little bit of a color. Now there is an amazing deal. And it was funny. I like messaged Sharon, who's the owner of Prickly Pear Stamps. And I said, hey, is there any deals going on? Is there any specials? Is there anything going on right now that I can mention as like a cool giveaway? Do you have any sales? She's like, well, we don't do sales that often, but because you asked, we do have sales happening. So they were driving in the car and John was with them. John's her husband. And he's like, well, why don't we just have a sale? And so that's what we're calling it. We're going to have it. John says have a sale. So we're going to have a sale. So we're having a sale. I had to laugh about that one because she's calling me on the road. So the sale is any of the stamps, any of the clear stamps. So all the stamps that we're using today, any of those, buy 3, you get your 4th one free. So put all 4 in your cart and the lowest one will get reduced and get dropped off your final price. So there's no coupon code needed. It is good through the 6th of May. So if you've been wanting to stock up on some really cool stamp sets, which that's all we're working with. You don't need to have any fancy dies or anything. Using your really cool stamps, having some really pretty stamps that we can work with that we're working with today with Prickly Pear. It's buy 3, get 1 free. So you just put all 4 in the cart and the 4th one will be free automatically. And that is through the 6th of May. So we're going to have a sale just for fun. All right, so now I've colored in. On the original card, I did the lighter pink color, the dusty rose color on the outside. So I'm going to go with the fig this time. So we're going to change it up and we're going to do the fig on the lowest one. And so you don't have to do your rainbows. And I know my voice is still a little funky, so sorry about that. It's getting better. I can actually talk now, which is light years from where it was a week or even 2 weeks ago. I feel like it's taking forever to get back, but it's coming back. I can't not talk. I'm unfortunately a very talkative person. It's just how I roll. And so you don't have to do your rainbows like as a rainbow. Pick 2 colors. I love these 2 colors. They're really, really pretty. And and of course, they're the Olo colors of the month. And just go with it. Just have fun. Rainbows can be whatever colors you want. So pick 2, pick 3, because there's 6 layers in this rainbow. So you could do 3 colors in the same gradient. So you can really have some fun with that. So we're just going to do every other one in this beautiful dark fig color. But whatever markers you have, we're not doing any blending on this. I'm just showing how easy it is to work with these markers. So whatever markers you want hand, if you want to grab yourself some Olos, they're at Prickly Pear Stamps. They're super simple to work with. There we go. And then I'm going to go in with the Dusty Rose, which is the other color. Again, I'm going to use the brush tip. I tend to gravitate to the brush tips over the chisels. I feel like I like that fine tip, that brush. I find it easier to color with. Again, my hands are something interesting here with all the ink on them. Sorry about that. I did go wash them. They still have ink on them. So if I was going to get these markers, I think I would get all brush tips. I wouldn't get the chisels because I tend to never use them. I feel like that's a very unneeded portion of the marker for my kind of coloring. But I know some people love the chisel tip or they like both. So that's the cool thing about the Olos is that you can make them whatever suits your needs. It's not just like one size fits all. Make them for you specifically. Is there any questions so far? I'm just looking over here at the comments. I'm not seeing any questions. So if you got questions, bring them on. I'd love to have them. And I am looking over here on Instagram to see if there's any questions. And I'm not seeing any, but I'm looking. Hello. And Rhonda's on. Hey, Rhonda. Okay, so now we have this all colored in. The next thing is we're going to do our mat. And I love the look of just that little skinny mat. So size-wise in terms of the card, now that we've got this colored in. So this card is an 8x4 folded in half. And then we fold this into a triangle. And that's what gives us our fun fold. This little card here, I decided to go nice and small. is 3 inches. So it's a 3-inch by 3-inch square. This is up by a 1/8 of an inch. So just I didn't go up by a full quarter. I went up by an 1/8 of an inch just to give us a little bit of a hint of a black border on there. I didn't want a severe black border. I just wanted like a hint of one, just a tiny, tiny, tiny hint. And then my triangle pieces, I cut a 3 3/4. So since this is 4 inches for this, I went down by a 1/4 of an inch. So that's why these, and then I just sliced them in half to make 2 triangles. That's as easy as that gets. And then we're going to take our 2 triangles, line them up right here. So here we go. Triangle 1, triangle 2. Tell me how easy this card is, guys. This is so simple. And I love it. It has a big wow factor because when you open it, it's really cool. And then now we're going to look about where we're placing our card on top. Now, if I glued and I put adhesive all over the back of this and I stuck this down, you wouldn't be able to open the card. You would have a really hard time opening the card. So because it would all be stuck, you wouldn't be able to do the fold. So you don't want to put any adhesive on this side of the triangle. You got to avoid that. So that way it sticks up. So we're only going to put adhesive on this corner right here. And I like putting it on the corner that is going to be pulled like the card facing down. So I'm not putting it here and then I have extra adhesive sticking off to the side. It just gets in the way. Right, so we're going to place that down right there. I'm lining up this corner and this corner along the seam. So we're right where that fold is. And then there we go. Now, this will not stay unless we put something inside of the card for it to hold it in place. That's going to be a problem. I keep looking over here for Instagram because I'm looking at comments. So we have to make sure that we don't have something that's making it slide. So we have to have a stopper, which is where your sentiment comes in. So some really, really cute sentiments. There goes the card. There's some really cute sentiments on just this one stamp set. So one stamp set, you can make a whole bunch of different cards, change out your sentiments. We have wildly chase your dreams, dream in full color, dream big, and there's more than what you, there's more to you than what you've already done. Man, I cannot say this. Let me try this again. Whew, I'm having a hard time. There's more to you than what you've already done. Man, that was a tongue twister. That shouldn't have been that hard to say those easy words. That is crazy. That's bananas, but you know, whatever. So there it is right there. I love that there's so many fun sentiments and there's a little baby rainbow right there. I love that. And then a couple of butterflies. She really did fill as much into this stamp set as she possibly could. All right. So I'm going to line this up. I'm going to put my adhesive on the back of this right here. And I'm going to line this up to where I want to have it. So let me turn this sideways so people on Instagram can see. I might pull it back a little bit. So I'm going to pull this and I'm like, okay, that about right there is where I see I like it. So I'm going to pop this right there and therefore it stays. Look, ta-da. Super, super simple. So I'm going to hold up the one for Instagram. You guys can see this one here. See, and it just stays. Isn't that cool? So when it's flat, it looks like that. And then when it opens up, it looks like that. So flat and then popped open. And we put a square on there, but there's nothing to say that you can do a whole bunch of other kinds of shapes with that. So let's play with a different shape with this next card. So I went ahead and stamped out these really, really cute little sunflowers. This is another stamp set. Let me pull that off to the side. So this is our second card for today. This really, really, okay. What stamp set is that? The stamp set I just used with the rainbows. This one is called, I'm going to flip the camera around. This one is called Rainbow Dreams. So let me hold it up to everybody. This one's called Rainbow Dreams. That was the first stamp set that we used, Rainbow Dreams. And for YouTube and Facebook, links are all down in the information section. And for Instagram, if you click the link in my bio, you can go and there's links to go to each specific store. So I can't go directly to a specific product, but you can go to the store. So that therefore you can find all the cool products. This one that we're working with right now, the one that has the really, really cute sunflowers, this one is called You Are My Sunshine. I love this big, beautiful sun right here. This is so, so gorgeous. And there is a die coming in about 1 month. They're just a little bit behind. We're still having some issues. I mean, all the companies are still having issues getting the metals coming in, so that way they can get the right sheet of the metal and they can press the die. It's all made here in the States. It's just everything's having a hard time kind of getting, so things have been a little backlogged. The stamp sets are coming through no problem, but the dies are a little bit lagging. So that is going to come in about a month. So you will have the die set that goes along with this. But we're going to play with the little sunflowers because I just thought they were so adorable. So we're going to go ahead and color our sunflowers. So we're going to use our Olo markers again. And I pulled out a couple of yellows. So I'm going to use I always like to go in on the side here and I use it as my swatch. And there are numbers on the markers. So I'm going to use the bright color for the outside of the sunflower. So we're just going to easily colors. I'm not doing any blending. You totally can. I mean, these are alcohol markers. You can totally blend these, but you don't have to. So we're just going to come in and blend this. Blendy, blendy. Okay, so we've done the outsides. And then I'm going to come in with the lighter color. So the darker color, the brighter color says 1.2 and the lighter color is 1.1. So the higher the number after the point means the darker the number, all right? So then I'm going to do the lighter color on the inside of the face. And I have let this dry, but I want to be careful not to get any of the black. I mean, some of the inks, I think this one, it started pulling. It's such a light color. You have to let your ink dry before you're going to do your alcohol blending on top of it. Some inks are better than others. This one I'm using is from All to New. It's pretty good. With this light color though, it's sometimes on my last card, it did a little, well, actually, I think the problem, there was like these stripes is because there was stripes on the back side that I didn't realize that I had. And so that's what's coming through. So it's not the blending, it's not the bleeding of the ink. It was the back side. So I didn't want to use that because it looks like there's something inside of the heart. Can you guys see that? See how like there's something inside of his face? I just didn't like that. So we're going to avoid that. All right, so now we've got our different colors. And again, there's two different colors. So I've got BG 2.1, so that's my lighter green, and BG, that's really, really blurry because it's too close to you guys. So 2.1 and 2.3, so this is the lighter color. So one of the flowers, or one of the leaf stems, I'm going to do this little part that's folded over as a lighter, and I'm going to do the stems on both of them. There we go. And then I'm going to do the darker green right here for the rest of the leaves, just to show a little bit of a difference in color. I was debating, did I want to do like each leaf, each flower had their like own leaf color. So like one was all light and one was all dark, but yeah. And then I'm going to go back and play with that fig and that dusty rose. So the fig is actually a violet 7.6. And then the dusty rose is a red. So it's actually in the reddish colors and it's a 5.3. Are these new markers? Yes. So these markers are called the Olo markers and they are fabulous. I just think they're so much fun because they're very customizable. I do interchange my markers a lot in terms of alcohol-based ink markers. I will flip and I will go back and forth with a lot of different colors. And I will do, sometimes I will do, like I'll throw my Copics in with this because they all play nicely. So just because you have markers already doesn't mean that you can't add these to them and play with them all together. I mean, I have a whole stash of markers behind me. I've got some really cheapy ones. I've got more expensive ones. I've got all different brands and I play with them all the same. I don't feel, but I've been working with Olo for the past little while because I ran into them at Creativation in 2022. And then now I'm part of their marker of the month and Prickley Pear Stamps is selling them. And they're really good marker. So you can't go wrong with the marker. And I like that you can customize the barrel. So I've been using the black tip side, which is the brush tip. This is the chisel, but you can pull it apart and I could have all brush tips. The ones that are at Prickley Pear, the link that's down below in the information section is one side marker is one color, the other side's another color. So you're actually getting double the amount of colors just in one set of markers, which is really cool. I like that. It's just a really cool way to do it. All right. So now we're going to die cut this. So instead of doing a circle, a square like we did in the last one, we're actually going to do an oval. Sorry, not oval. I have an oval. I just am not using it right now. So I have all my dies right here on my little die thing. And these really cool circles these are from Prickley Pear, and they just have like this really fun kind of scallopy circle. It's not your basic one, and they fit on this really cool magnet. I mean, just look at this really cool magnet. And so I'm going to die cut this one out, the little flowers. Oh, I need to do the hearts. I did the bigger one with the bigger scallop circle right here, and there's a smaller one, and I think there's also just a regular size circle, but it's just a really fun set. It's just a different kind of a circle than just a standard circle. And then we'll do the other ones as ovals. So let me get my tape here real fast. I got some new washi tape while I was at Creativation. Yay, it's yellow. I got it in my Spellbinders kit. It was in our Better Press. Oops, that's upside down. It was in our Better Press kit. So I'm going to come back and let's add that little heart. We're going to do it in that Dusty Rose real fast. So I forgot to do it a second ago. There we go. And let's go ahead and die cut that out. So let me get my handy dandy little mini die cut machine. There's a bunch of companies that have these now. I love them. I mean, I have a big guy behind me. If you guys can see the teal on Instagram, it's like that teal thing right there, but it's really big and bulky. I did have to pull it out for the bigger oval circle because it was just a little bit too wide. I'm just trimming this up so that way it fits on there. But I love that I can easily get a whole bunch of little dies. So for card making, the little die makers, this company unfortunately is not around anymore, but there's other companies that have them and they're really awesome. So just a little die cut machine. There's a lot of them out there. So I'm going to die cut this. Let's flip this around. If you have questions, let me know. Happy to answer them. Or if you just want to chit chat, I'd be happy to chit chat. That little holder thing is cute. Isn't that cute? That little magnetic holder. I love that magnetic holder. It really makes when you're doing a lot of die cutting. And here's the thing. Now that I have it on paper, I can come in and I can be like, chunk, and then it's right there. It's like stuck on there. No problem. It's on there and you're good to go. It's really easy. So it really makes, especially when you've got a whole bunch of little dies all over the place, it really makes life easy to not lose your dies on your desk, because I've done that. I've pulled them off. It got caught in a sheet of paper, forgot the die was stuck to the sheet of paper with washi tape. And then I was cleaning up and I threw the paper because it was one of those little guys. So now it has to become a habit to make sure you take it off of your paper and put it back. But at least it's on a spot where I know it's not going to go anywhere. And that magnet is nice and strong. I actually have two of them. That's the teal one. And then I also have this one, which I love. So, and I will use them both. It's kind of handy having two of them because if I'm doing a lot of die cutting, I'll have like one set on one and I'll have another set on another. And it's vertical. So that means, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but real estate on my desk is at a premium in terms of like space that I have here. So to have something that's vertical and not taking up as much space, because I have a lot of crap just shoved off to the side. If you notice how much extra stuff when I film, it's a lot of mess here. And so having something vertical instead of having it to lay flat, and I can still fit a lot of things on it, is a lifesaver for me. So big win for the magnetic holder. It's fantastic. And I think there's a third color. I think there's a purple one as well. Okay, so now I've got this. Let's go ahead and layer these on top. Here we go. Oh, I've got the stamps on there too. At least it didn't show through. But look how cute they are when they're lined up together. Aren't they adorable? I love that. It gives it like this extra little something. I'm showing it for Instagram. It's just this little extra something. It's just cute. All right. So now, since we've got yellow as our kind of our background on this, let me pull all the pieces. I had an extra black piece in case I needed it. We're going to go ahead and build this card. So in case you missed how to build the fun fold, let me pull this back. So Instagram, let me angle this down so Instagram can really see this. Okay. That's my deal. I know I'm just cutting off and all you see is my boobs, but that's okay. At least you get the idea for the card. Okay. So fold it in half. I need to find a better way to film live with Instagram without having to move my phone around a bunch of times. Fold it in half, open it up. This is now my front. Okay, so whatever you want to decide is your front of your card. You can pick any color you want. Take this outside piece and we're going to fold it up into itself, right? And then fold. And it makes a little triangle. So just the outside piece right here, fold it up, back into itself. Super simple. And then you fold your card front, just flat. Let's go ahead and put our two pieces on. Again, the card measures by 8 inches by 4 inches. So when you fold the card in half, it's a 4 by 4 inch square card. I love cards that still can fit into what we call an A2 size envelope. So that's an envelope that would fit anything that's, so an A2 size card. And I know this is a very American thing because we have the standard system. We use, inches and stuff. So it's very different from metric. So sorry about that. But an A2 size card is a card that would measure 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this card, because it's 4 by 4, would still fit into that size of an envelope. All right, Instagram, you guys are saying something, so I'm coming over. Totally going to put this in the category of things I don't know I needed. I love that. Oh, it's awesome. There's always stuff that, I love things when it makes life easy, and see, that little fits right on there. Again, I'm only going to put adhesive right there. I'm all for tools. I need to think about that. So I'm going to put glue right here. I'm all for tools that are going to help me make my card making easier and save me time or save me from having to like lose items. Okay, that's just bugging me that my head's cut off. Sorry guys, I just can't stand that. Okay, it's for like I have just as this is a behind the scenes. So I have one camera that I'm able to stream for both YouTube and Facebook at the same time. And then I have my phone set up because I was missing all the people on Instagram. So I'm starting to film because I'm doing the videos anyway for Instagram. That's why I kind of keep looking between two different cameras. But I haven't quite figured out how to get, because you guys, sometimes your comments are like where my card is covered up by the comments. And so it's just trying to find a better way. I do have another arm, but I'd have to move the phone. So I'm working on it. I just got another way and we'll figure this out. I'll get there. Unfortunately, I can't stream them all on the one camera that goes back and forth. I wish I could, but the sound is awful. So cut 8x4, fold in half, and make a 4x4 square. Absolutely, that's exactly right. Thank you, Erin. Okay, so now we want to be able to take this card and have it stick up like this, right? So we're here, right here. We want to fold this up. And so I'm going to put my adhesive right here. This sentiment I have is from this card set. So let me show you guys. There's some, oops, I hit that twice and it went funky. So in the stamp set, you've got quite a few really, really cute ones. You have all these ones that are nice and angly, so you can put them with the sun, but we're playing with these two bottom ones right now. And so You Are My Sunshine was the big winner. So that's what we're playing with right here is the You Are My Sunshine. All right, so now I've got my adhesive on here. I'm going to take my card, I'm going to fold it up, and I'm going to go, okay, where exactly do I want to have it angled? Where do I want it to fit? Okay, and we're just going to kind of come up. I want it to go right there. And I do angle it because it just creates something fun. Because if you're going to open up the card and have it sit like this, and let me show it for everybody so you guys can all see how it sits. Because even with my regular card, see how it sits nicely? If you're going to open the card up, you're going to open it like this, and you want it to rest where you can see the sentiment. If I turn the sentiment, so just to show you guys, so that it would fit like a normal sentiment. Hang on. So let's say if I wanted to fit it like a normal sentiment, when the card opened, it would be very awkward looking, and it wouldn't fit quite right, and the sentiment wouldn't line up with the image, and everything would just be a little bit funky looking. So that's why I like to angle the sentiment just a tiny bit. So it just makes life that much easier. So we're going to open that up and right there, just like that. So see, it's cute. So two different cards. This one's got a circle attached to it. This one has a square. Let me pop this one open so we can see it. And they're just really adorable. We're going to do one more. So look fun. Aren't they easy? They're just really cool. I like them. They're fun. They're easy. They're just something kind of cool about them. And they're super, super simple. So we're going to build one more. We're going to use a third stamp set now. And this one is so much fun. So this is the third stamp set that we are using today. This one's called Moon and Stars. And there is a die that goes along with this. We are not going to be using the die with us today, but you totally could. I'm just showing you guys how to use the stamps without having to have any special equipment, anything special. I mean, I know I die cut the circle, but you could stick with squares. But this one is a bundle, so you can get the bundle. And don't forget, they're having a sale because we're having a sale. That's what John said. We're having a sale for a sale. So the sale over at Prickley Pear Stamps is buy 3 clear stamps. So this is what classifies as a clear stamp, not the red rubber stamps, not the bundles, just the clear stamps themselves. And the 4th stamp is free. So put 4 stamps into your bundle or into your cart, and one automatically will be reducted. That's not the word. One will automatically go to 0, and therefore you're only buying 3 and you're getting 1 for free, which is really nice. And so we don't do, Sharon, she's like, we don't do sales very often. Should we mention that? I'm like, yes, you should definitely mention that. And I'm also realizing I forgot to put on my lipstick. I look very pale right now. I did my eyes, but I forgot to do my lips. Does it look weird that I forgot to do my lips? Does it look odd? I feel like I have super, super pale lips. My daughter, I'm so envious. It looks like she's always wearing lipstick. And so she's like, Mom, I want to put lipstick on. And so I put the lipstick that I put on myself, and it looks very striking. I mean, for grins and giggles, why not, you know? So you can really tell I had a color on. And then lipstick. It's just a little bit of a color. It's not huge. It's not really dark right now because I didn't put much on. But I put it on her, and I can't even tell that I put it on her because her lips are the same color as the lipstick. I'm like, that's not fair. That is just not fair at all. Ah. But now I got lipstick on. I feel a little bit, I mean, I was sure it was fine before, but I feel like I just look really pale. I also, this is just a side note, one of those funny things. I was on a medication that made some of my hair fall out, including my eyebrow hair. So it's starting to come back, but it's so pale and it's blonde of all things that I have to actually put a little bit of like some eyeshadow. Otherwise it looks like I have no eyebrows, or it looks like I only have like little tufts right here. So one of those weird things. And I didn't realize that until I saw a couple of my videos. I'm like, where's my eyebrows? Where'd they go? They're hiding. They're gone. All right, so we're going to play with this stamp set now. And I did go ahead and stamp wherever I stuck it. I have everything. Oh, here it is. It's off the side here. All right, so I went ahead and stamped the beautiful stamp. So here I have a moon and a couple of the stars, and I stamped it so I could fit it into, let me get my handy dandy little thing here. So we're going to do ovals. I already have the black oval, so that's our background. And I fit it, so I actually placed it onto the stamp pad, fit it on there. I just did a little stamping ahead of time to save some time. And so it made sure it fit. We're going to color that real fast though. But you could easily do some of the other ones. I mean, so just holding it up, you've got the shooting star, you've got a few different moons, and you got some really cool sentiments. So we've got the one that we're going to use today is I love you to the moon and back, because we've got the moon on there. And then the other one says I'm over the moon for you. So some really, really cute sentiments. So adorable, super adorable. Okay, so let's color these. I'm going to go back to the 3 colors that were for the April color of the month for Olo. So we're going to hit the lighter color, the dusty rose, this beautiful color. And I'm just going to go around. I'm kind of hitting the same tones. So the cloud I'm going to do in that really, oh, what color was it? What do they call this? They said it on here. Clam. That's a funny color. I mean, it makes sense. That's what color clams are. Oh, I heard this funny little joke, and it said something like, you know, it was a person talking to a salmon. Hey, we named a color after you. And the salmon was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Is it this beautiful like silver color and like my skin? And the guy's like, no, it's pink. He's like, well, where'd you get the pink from? And then the salmon's like, oh, that's not right. Wow, my voice got deep right there. I just had to laugh about that. That is so true. So this is actually the inside of the clam. If you're thinking about the clam color, this is not the outside. Outside the clam is usually a little bit more white. So this is the inside clam color that we're talking about. And I'm going to do a couple of the stars in that clam color. I'm going to do the inside little dot right there. And then the rest we're going to come in with the fig. I'm going to hit the extra little sides here. And there are dies that you could die cut these out, but you don't have to die cut everything. Sometimes it's fun just playing with the stamps themselves. We're going to die cut out this as an oval, but you could totally do this as a square. And it's okay just to stick with a few colors. You don't have to pull every single color. There's a little bit of white right there out. Just keep it simple. See how easy is that? And then I just had, there it is. The oval is still stuck to my thing. So we're going to take the oval, fit that right there, get some of my washi tape. Any questions? I'm not seeing any questions. Do you ship to Canada? Prickly Pear Stamps. Yes, Prickly Pear Stamps does ship overseas. So they do ship to Canada. Good question. Love the question. Hi, Karen. Hello. There's lots of people have jumped on. I'm sorry I haven't been able to shout everybody out. Sometimes it scrolls back so fast. And on Instagram, I'm looking real close, but it's really, really tiny to see some of the names on Instagram, unfortunately. Okay. Now we are going to die cut all 3 of these, or all 3 of these, and die cut the oval. Here we go. Hopefully everybody's having an amazing day today. First time seeing this company. Company is awesome. It is a mom and pop company. Sharon and John, they run this from their house. They do have a little bit of a storage space for their stuff, but yeah, they are the best couple. They're fantastic and they're so wonderful, and I love working with them. So there's our little oval. Now let's build our card again in case you missed it the first time, the 3rd time. Now we're doing the 3rd time. So here we have it. Let me get this stuff out of the way. So 8 inches by 4 inches, fold in half. There we go. 8 inches by 4 inches. I'm going to move this over so my card actually opens like this. This is my front panel. Open my front panel. Take the very outside piece right here and fold it into the middle, making a triangle. So just follow along the seam. I don't push it down until I get exactly where everything is lined up. So if everything is 100% lined up and this little corner is not, so I'm not going to push down yet. So there we go. So everything is nicely lined up now. There it is. And then I'm going to fold. Again, if you want to get out your bone folder, if you want to score that, however you want to do that, you don't have to go super specific. You do have a shop, office, and warehouse. Oh, it's not from your house. I'm sorry. You're still a mom and pop shop in my mind. She's bigger than I thought. No, they're an awesome company. I love them. And I love that. Like, I wish I had a warehouse I could work out of and have all my stuff. Because I do have a storage unit, but because I just don't have enough space for all the things. And as I'm collecting all my things for my retreat and from the sponsors that are coming, I don't have space in my house to keep it all. I keep some things, but some stuff I only work with a company a couple of times a year, and I just can't keep it at my house. So it's just too much. So putting my two panels, the panels, because the front of the card is a 4x4, the panels are 3 3/4. So I went down by 1/4 inch, and then you just cut it in half to make 2 triangles, and the 2 triangles go down with us. And oh, and they have folks that work with them at Prickley Pear. I love that. See, supporting small businesses is fantastic. And then we're going to place our oval right here in the center, so it fits right there. Again, when you place your oval down, we only want to add adhesive on this side right here. So I'm going to mark that. I'm going to see how I'm putting my fingers there. So I only want to do this portion and then place that down right there. Ta-da. And if you want to use like a pretty cardstock, if you want to do some ink blending, you want to do any of those fun things, by all means, go for it. And I do have the I love you to the moon and back. Isn't that the most adorable little saying? I love you to the moon and back. And so I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to go ahead and put my adhesive. So I'm ready to go. And I'm going to pull this up, and wherever I feel like it's at a good spot, that's where I'm going to put my sentiment, because that's where it fits. So let's hold this up for everybody to see. There it is. That's what it looks like. Isn't that fun? So you can really play around. Like, you could do a star on the front. You could do obviously an oval, a square, a circle. You could do a heart. You could even do just the half triangle, and then you could build things that come off of that half triangle. So you could, like, kind of how like our oval sticks out. You could die cut out a bunch of moons and stars and have them on there. So you can really kind of play around with the fun shapes that you stick on there, which is just really cool. So this is just a really easy single fold square fun fold card. It's got a little bit of a diagonal flip to it. So some people call it like a twisted card. I don't know. There's so many fun names to them. So we did the little, sorry, that's my dog. We did the little sunflower. So this is You Are My Sunshine, just to recap again, the cool stamp set. So this is the beautiful stamp set, and that's the fun card that went with that one. We did Love You to the Moon and Back. I think that's what this, sorry, Moon and Stars. I was being presumptuous on that one. So we have the Moon and Stars stamp set that we created our cute little card. Whoops. Let's go back to that. There we go. A cute little card with that. So we have to the Moon and Stars. This one also has the coordinating stamp set, die set, which, where's it gone? There it is. This one does have the coordinating stamp set that or die set that goes with the stamps, and you can get these as a bundle. And when Prickley Pear does the stamps and the dies together as a bundle, there is actually a reduced cost when you buy the two together, which is really cool. I love that. Or you can just buy the stamps themselves, or you can buy just the dies themselves, I believe. And the You Are My Sunshine, there is a die set coming for this in about a month. So if you want to get the die that goes with this, you're more than welcome to, because that is coming. They're just a little delayed on the production of them because metal is a little bit hard to come by right now. And then the first card we made with, and we used the Olo markers for all of these, was this fun one. So we kept with the square theme, and it's using the rainbows. And this is the Rainbow Dreams stamp set. So it's really, really cute. Just a fun way of doing cards and just a little bit of a different interest. And they just pop up and they're just cool. And remember, there is buy 3, get 1 free for any of them. So you could go and get all 3 of these super, super cute stamp sets right now. And you could put a 4th one in your cart, and the 4th one would be absolutely free if you would like to get those. There are some adorable stamp sets. There's some really pretty floral ones if you're really into like flowers, and there's some cool dies that go with them so you can cut them out and make cool shapes. There's just lots of really cute stamp sets that you guys can go check out. Guys, girls, all the people. Hey, let me write this up. There, my head's not getting smashed off again. So a couple of announcements, a couple of fun things. First of all, if you are interested in joining my card swap, the deadline to send the cards to me is by the end of this month, which is actually, I'm putting it as the 29th. I'll give you guys until the end of the month, but you can't really mail on the 31st. So by the 29th or the end of April. So I give a little bit of lead time for the shipping to come to me. It doesn't have to be to me by the 29th. It's just, you have to make it to the post office by the 29th to get your packages. If you are overseas, you probably need to get it in the mail today, because it does take a little bit longer to get here, because then I'd start doing all the rotations. And we have an amazing, amazing sponsor this time around for our stamp set, and they're putting a fun prize in there. All the information for the card swap, if you want to learn more about it, the link is down in the information section, or you can go to Instagram. It's in my bio. It says card swap. There is a page on my website where you can learn all about it. And then there is also a really cool, if you're into Cricut card making at all, if you are really loving the idea, or you have a Cricut and you're wondering how to use it with your card making, or you just want some more ideas and examples, there is a free Cricut card making summit going on. It just got released yesterday. It's by Brandy Mahon. She's done the amazing Card Maker Success Summit, but now she's doing a Cricut version of that. So it's all amazing. But if you don't have a Cricut, if you've got a Silhouette, or if you've got a Brother, it works the same. All the files will still work, and all the cards you can still make. We just called it the Cricut, she called it the Cricut one. And the link is down below, and it's a free summit that you can sign up for. So the link is, I need to add it to Instagram. I need to add that. So as soon as this video is done, I'm going to go and add it to my bio link on Instagram. I forgot to do that, right? So, and then make sure to like this video. All the supplies that we have gotten are listed down below. And if you're watching from Prickley Pear Stamps, I would love if you came and subscribed to Erin Reed Makes. If you're watching from Erin Reed Makes, we're also streaming on Prickley Pear Stamps, vice versa. Links to both companies are down below, both me and Prickley Pear Stamps. So make sure you check out the opposite people. We would love to see you. And thank you guys again, everybody, for watching my live card making Wednesdays with Prickley Pear Stamps. Have an amazing, amazing day. I'm getting ready to cut off. And don't forget to head over and get your buy 3, get 1 free stamps from Prickley Pear. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye-bye. And I'll say bye and stay